Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing amazing. Long time no YouTube video. I basically was on my honeymoon and I took a full 2 weeks off because I needed it. I was gonna pick up my camera when I was away and I thought absolutely not. And I've got so much to fill you in on. When this video goes live, I would have officially announced 3 races that I am doing this year. 4, you already know one, I think, but I am gonna tell you about them. I'm just gonna get ready for the gym. I did a 30k run yesterday. I'll pop it on the screen. It was so hard. It wasn't like an easy 30k. It had threshold, it had stuff that was just, you know, those runs that are just really, really hard. It was one of those, and it was in prep for something that I'm doing and I'm leaving for in literally 12 days time. Just got back from our honeymoon and I fly back out to LA, Los Angeles, again on the 25th of March. So literally 12 days time. So I'm gonna start faffing and I'm gonna tell you what the hell I've got going on. I feel like I've been teasing you guys for a really long time about what races I have coming up, and the only reason I wasn't able to say is because with the people who it's with or the brands that have invited me to do these races, I literally wasn't allowed to tell you. So I've been doing all this training and literally people are like, what the fuck are you training for? I can officially announce. So the first one, which is coming up, where I fly out to LA on the 25th, I'm doing the speed project with Nick Bear. You guys will probably know who Nick Bear is if you follow me. We're very similar in terms of like the hybrid things that we do. We love running, we love lifting. The speed project is where you run from LA all the way to Vegas. It's 350 miles and there's 6 of us in a team. There are no rules for TSP. You just got to get from LA to Vegas with the 6 of you and your RV. It's gonna be freaking crazy. It's a lot of running. It's an ultra. You split it up however you wish. That's something we're gonna organize and sort. Nick is doing a whole documentary series with the whole of Team BPN on this. It's gonna be released in theaters in Texas, which is absolutely wild and mind-blowing. And the fact that I was even asked still blows my mind. So that is the first one. I've obviously been training for the ultra, which is why I had a 30k yesterday. This week in general is a 90-kilometer run week on top of all my other training. And then on the 21st of April, I've got London Marathon, which I think I've already told you guys. So 2 weeks later, I've got London Marathon. 2 weeks after that, I've got Geneva Marathon with my sister, where I'm gonna be pacing her. And it's Meg's first marathon. I thought, what a nice thing to do that I can go with her and I can pace her and I can be a part of it. And also, we both love Geneva. Like, we grew up doing a lot of skiing there and it's quite sentimental to the both of us. And then you guys already know I've got High Rocks Worlds in June, and then I've got another event in August that I actually can't tell you about yet. But yeah, so an ultra, 2 marathons, all back to back, and then High Rocks Worlds is basically what I'm training for and what I've got coming up. And it's so crazy just to be able to do all these things with your body. I think it's fascinating and incredible and wonderful. And I'm just very, very excited to be doing all of this. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you don't, get on it. You will know that I've had a bit of a niggle in my knee, and it's just runner's knee. It's a very common running injury. Mine's more so caused by a very, very tight quads, which basically happened when I went out to Florida. Like, I literally don't know what it was. I was still training out there, but very aware that I've had quite a weird situation with my knee. It's getting better. The 30k was okay yesterday. Like, I didn't really feel it. Obviously, after you finish any long run, there's niggles, but I'm rehabbing it so well. So I've got rehab today, but today's video is a runner's leg day. This isn't at all like what every single runner does, but this is a workout that I think enhances your running, but then is so good for your strength training as well. So maintaining muscle, building strength, adapting those workouts to better your runs. I think when you're hybrid, you're on a sliding scale when you have different races. Obviously at the moment, I've got an ultra and 2 back-to-back marathons, so the running is very, very heavy in terms of the volume, but I'm still doing all my strength training. I'm just not as strong at the moment, because if you're running 90 to 100k a week, your strength is gonna be a little bit off. And then when I taper off those and focus a little bit more on high rock specifically, or even after the ultra when it's more the marathons, the running volume will decrease slightly. I'll be doing more threshold things, so less like 30, 40k runs, and I'll be focusing quite significantly on high rocks with the running. So you're on a sliding scale, like it's never just this. You kind of do what is right in that moment. With my coach, my coaching app, the coach is on there. We have some incredible programs. If you hit the link below, YouTube 50 will give you 50% off the first month. Right, let's go to the gym. I'm gonna grab a Nocco because I need all the energy. I think I'm still quite jet lagged. We landed from Florida a couple of days ago at 6 a.m, but I think my body clock is just slightly off. Like the food side of things, I feel really sick and just not hungry. So I'm like forcing myself to eat because your girl's got a fucking ultra. Through Death Valley Desert, may I add. We run through the desert and it's like 30 or 40 degrees, which is just mind-blowing to me because I don't run in that sort of weather anyway. That's actually one thing that really does concern me, which is great about Florida, is the fact that I was running in the heat. So I was doing all my runs in like 28 degrees and that was really great practice. However, the thought of running through Death Valley Desert blows my little brain. But yeah, I'm just well excited. Oh my God, another thing. My Whoop went crazy with the flight. I think jet lag is so mad, isn't it? Like, the only thing I'm very concerned about with the trip to LA is the flight. It's Manchester to Dublin, Dublin to LA, and the total travel is like 15, 16 hours. And I've got to race an ultra a couple of days later and that just does not sit well with me. But my Whoop at the moment is a little bit, it's not green basically. We're not hitting the green as much. I was when I was in Florida. I was really well rested. I felt amazing. My resting heart rate was super low. After that flight, 18%, we hit red. I think I had 2 hours sleep on the plane. I got back and I napped for another 3 hours and I just felt honestly fucked. You can see here, for example, we're very much in green. We then fly and I've been in yellow. I think I'm definitely in yellow though from yesterday because I trained so hard. My strain is freaking 20.5 yesterday. I did a 30K run, that threshold one in the morning. And then later in the evening, I had to drive somewhere for a shoot with JD and Hiiii. And it was like a Hiiii kind of workout that we had to do for the filming. And I hadn't anticipated that. And I thought, oh my God, I'm not here for this, like, oh my God. So my strain yesterday was absolutely pooped and I feel pretty pooped anyway, but I absolutely adore my Whoop. It makes me so happy. So many guys who've used the link and have got a Whoop band, it becomes your new best mate, doesn't it? Like, I probably need to put that one in the wash because it's a little bit dirty, but Whoop is life-changing and I just like it a lot. I've used it for 3 years. It just shows how much I do enjoy the product and what it shows your body and everything about it. I've also got a group chat with my mum and dad and my sister and I love that so much. How adorable. But you can get a 3 month on Whoop and you get the 4.0 band included. So hit the link below and I will see you at the gym. So as I said to you guys in the car, I need to do my rehab for my knee and a lot of it is actually just stretching. So whether it's like stretching the outside of my quad, rolling the quad, the adductor, but I do also have a few bits of actual rehab exercises to do. So the first one is clams. I'm gonna show you in case some of you guys don't know what it is. I didn't show you everything because it's not really relevant to you, but that was just how to start my rehab. So we're actually starting with calf raises and then we're gonna go through the whole session together. Regarding calf raises, and I feel like it's an exercise that people always miss out because it's a bit of a dull exercise and they're a little bit of a dull muscle group, aren't they? You've got to think about when you're running, you are repetitively using your calves and essentially doing calf raises for a very, very long time. And if you don't have strong calves or can plant your foot properly when you're running, this is when you might start to get niggles and injuries. It's something that I have definitely found out the hard way and I've started to introduce a lot more calf work into my sessions. Now, a really good ballpark is if you can do 2 or 3 sets of single leg calf raises on each leg, so 15 on your right, 15 on your left, multiple times. Give it a go and actually see if you can do it because it's really hard. So we're not using weight today, we're simply just doing bodyweight calf raises. First exercise is barbell front squats and we are doing 4 sets of 8 reps. Now, I'm not going ridiculously heavy on this at all actually today because my knee is not, it's all right, it's just not probably where it should be. Barbell front squat. I always do front squats instead of back squats at the moment because back squats just really, really hurt my hip. You guys know if you followed me for a really long time that I just don't agree with back squats with my body. I still do them occasionally, but I will not do them so close out to an event. I think front squats are a really, really good exercise for runners in general because you're hitting your quads significantly, your anterior, the front of your body. Oh, really got my heart rate up. And obviously you do need strong legs when you're a runner. High moves and glutes, obviously we'll get to that in the session, but I also think it is really important to be training those quad muscles to making sure you're feeling powerful, and you just don't want them to tire out and fatigue when you're running. So yeah, 4 lots of 8. Our front squats is your second exercise. Okay, next exercise, we've got 4 lots of 10. I've already done 2 sets of barbell RDLs. Now, RDL is probably one of my favorite exercises in general for the posterior chain. Posterior chain being more so, think of the back side of your body, so your back, your lower back, your hammies, your glutes, really important elements for running, of course. Another really important element for running is obviously your core. Now, when you're doing RDLs, I want you to think about using your core and having it tense, don't have it floppy. Also really important, if you do high rocks, you don't want a floppy core. I wouldn't usually, to be fair by the way, I wouldn't usually do a 30k on a Tuesday, it would usually be on a Saturday, but this Saturday we are picking up our brand new baby kittens from London. We're getting 2 kittens, so you will see them on the channel. Yeah, so I have moved around my sessions all week this week. Also got a 5k tonight because we are hosting International Women's Day, my coach time Strava, which is awesome. But yeah, training just since I've been back from Florida has just been like, this is a big week for me. It's almost like peak week, because I couldn't do it when I was in Florida. So it's a hard week of training, but yeah, this is my current leg day. Okay, your next exercise is kettlebell suitcase reverse lunge. The reason that I'm going to use a kettlebell instead of a dumbbell, and I'm using 1 kettlebell, is for stability. Stability is one of the biggest things you need when you're running, with whatever the pattern that you do running, if your heel strike, if your toe, if your midfoot, whatever it is, stability is one of the most important things. If we can get it right, helps an awful lot with running. So all you're going to do is grab a single kettlebell, and then we are simply stepping back the same leg, which is hand the kettlebells in. Nice and controlled. Okay, so we've got 2 more exercises. Another unilateral exercise we've got now, unilateral single leg. Running is a single leg movement. We've been through a lot of those exercises today. So we have a single leg step up, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna lean into the exercise and then step up. We're not gonna just bend this leg and jump off it, so we're gonna lean in and peel off this leg. And it's gonna be really controlled throughout the whole movement. I sometimes do like having a wall or something in front of me that I can potentially hold on to, because you don't want to be wobbly on this exercise, as in you don't want the knee to go in and you don't want the knee to go out. You want to stay in line with the toe. And you can do that on both legs. Right on to our final exercise. It's been like an hour workout, which is really good. I think like a general hour, 60 minutes, is box jumps. Now, box jumps are an amazing exercise for runners because of the explosiveness, the power that transfers to running, especially when you're doing like threshold or tempo or intervals. With a box jump, you want a very light landing. You don't want to smash down, so we're going to go and then step down. Quite a knackering session. More so I think because of that run yesterday. I don't think I have ever programmed myself where I do a long threshold run into leg day, because it'll just affect my leg day a little bit. I'll always make sure I've got like a slight gap between those long runs. I'm always running after a leg day or vice versa, but it's usually like 14 to 18k. 30 at threshold is a little bit more intense, and I can definitely feel it in my body today, which is where it is really important to look after yourself. So as I said at the start of the session, I dropped all the weights. I didn't lift as heavy as usual. I went off feel. The session felt really, really good. I feel strong at the moment. My quads feel strong. But yeah, you know my goals now for the next, up until June. You know exactly what I'm doing. You know I've got the Speed Project Ultra, I've got London Marathon, I've got Geneva Marathon, and I've got High Rocks World. So hopefully you'll stick around, stay tuned. Keep up on Instagram for the Speed Project. Everything will be posted there, not necessarily here. I love you so much. My camera literally just died on me. I didn't even realise the battery. I was saying, I love you so much. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment what else you want to see from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.